Hello beautiful people, my name is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 5 types of men that I would avoid by all means. Now this video is not me telling anybody the kind of men they should be with. It's just basically me sharing the type of men that I feel like they take more from you than they give, and I'm just putting it out there. These are the 5 types of men that I feel like are not the best people to be around. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the red subscribe button, turn on notifications so you know when I drop a new video, and give this video a like. Now let's get into it. The first one on my list is an unforgiving man. You can never win with an unforgiving man. First, you know that you're not perfect. So there'll be times when you make mistakes. There'll be times when you do things that, might not really align with him. Because at the end of the day, you're still 2 different people, right? 2 different people from 2 different backgrounds coming together trying to make something work. So it's not going to just fit. There'll be times when it's going to be. So if you're with somebody that is unforgiving, and then you cook a meal a certain way that he doesn't like or that doesn't go down well with him, and 2 years from now he's still talking about that time that you made that meal, and whenever he talks about it he gets really angry, he gets really riled up. Like, I don't think you're going to ever make any real progress with this type of person, to be honest. It's just 1 step forward, 3 steps back, because there's always something that he's angry about, that he's keeping malice about. There's just always something. And with this type of person, he always maximizes your flaws, your imperfections, and it can be really draining on the person that is in a relationship with them, right? So for me, this is like the first one on the list. Being with an unforgiving person is not, it's too draining. Let me just put it that way. It's too draining. So that for me, that's number 1. Number 2 is the selfish man. The man that always puts himself first. The man that always has to be okay, only does things that are convenient for him. Like, it always has to be okay for him. Every other person comes last, every other person comes after. Like, the problem with this type of man is that even when you're in a relationship, you often find yourself feeling alone, because you always have to fight your battles alone. You always have to face your troubles alone, because he's too into himself. He's too into, he can't come to see you because you know what, he's going to have to enter traffic, and for him that's a big deal. Anything that causes him discomfort, it doesn't matter what it means to you, or if it's going to be uncomfortable, he's just not going to do it, because he always has to put himself first, his needs first, his wants first. It always has to be very okay before that, even if you now start looking at you and saying, what do you need, or how can I do? So the selfish man is, I don't know whether there is a way to cope with this, but I noticed that selfish people often try to go for selfless people, because being with a selfless person kind of like diminishes, like you don't really get to see them, because you're the kind of person that gives and gives and doesn't expect to get anything in return. You don't notice them for what they really are. You don't see them for what they really are. So they often try to go for selfless people. And that's why you hear things like people saying, people with good hearts always end up hurt, right? That's not right. That's not cool. Because you have a good heart does not mean that, because you're a giver does not mean that you shouldn't be given, right? Because you're somebody that knows how to love people, knows how to, put other people's needs first before your own, doesn't mean that you don't deserve the same things in return. So for me, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So for a selfish man, he would prefer, they can't stand people like them. They can't stand selfish people like them. They don't like being in relationships with selfish people like them. They can smell selfish people from a mile away, and they don't like going close to them, because a selfish person knows what they know, so they don't like being with those kind of people. So if you're a selfless person, you're generous, you're a giver and all that, you should also open your eyes. Being good does not mean that every other person out there is going to be good to you. So I mean, if you want, so I'm just saying, just be careful, look out for these things so you don't end up hurt because you're a good person. It's very important. The third one is the entitled man. This man, everything in this world was put here for him. Everybody in this world were actually put here to serve him. Everything around this world happens for him, right? There's nothing, he can never show appreciation for anything. There's nothing in this world that everything is just his. You go out of your way to do good things or to, try to make this person happy, they are not seeing your efforts. What they are seeing basically is what you're doing, what you're supposed to do for them. Everything is supposed to be that way. And when they feel like it's not enough, or when there's a little bit delay in what they want or what they want to get, they just feel like they kind of like spaz out, like, why? He's so entitled that he believes that everything is his right. Everything, you, your body, your soul, your mind, everything about you. This person is also a potential abuser. Everything that you have, everything that you are is his to do with whatever he wants to do with it. So an entitled man is a ticking time bomb. So if you're a man and you feel like women were put here to serve you, or even other men, other people were put here to serve you, you never find yourself wanting to do something for other people, but you expect every other person to do things for you, there's a problem. So being with an entitled person can be very draining, very, very draining. The fourth one on my list is the dishonest, disloyal, disrespectful man. I call it the 3Ds. Now, with a dishonest, disloyal person, this is a man that has no morals, no principles. Nothing is beneath him. His words don't mean anything, right? I mean, there are times when men will say, I give you my word, and that will be enough. There was a time, I don't know about now, but I believe there was a time when a man's word meant something. If he walks up to you as a girl and he says, I give you my word, I'm going to do this, he tries to live up to that because his word means something. His word is his bond, right? So for a man that his word, he just says whatever to just get his way at a certain time, he will do whatever to get that can really be very draining. Like being with somebody that when they are talking to you, you don't know what to believe, you don't know who to believe, you're just listening to them and just hoping to God that everything works, everything turns out well for everybody. That can be very draining. Being with somebody that you can't trust, being with somebody that you know does not have your back, being with somebody that you know is not loyal. Like whenever they leave the house, you just have this thing that you're just not comfortable. A disrespectful man that will talk to you, talk down at you, whether in public, in private. Now, I don't think anybody deserves these 3Ds. I don't think anybody deserves these kind of men, right? So for me, that's a no-no. That's not the right kind of man to be around. Now the last one is the manipulator. Yes, this one is also aka potential abuser. Now a manipulator would kill your morale, would kill your self-confidence, would kill your self-esteem. Let me elaborate. Now, this is the kind of man that wants to control you. He wants to control your dressing. You wear what he wants you to wear. You make the type of hair he wants you to make. You sit the way he wants you to sit. You go out when he wants you to go out. You come back when he wants you to come back. He basically runs your life. And the worst types of manipulators are the ones that do all these things but still manage to make it look like it's your choice. You're doing it because you want to do it. Even though he's the one driving it, he's still making you feel like, you're the one deciding this, you're the one. That person is a potential abuser, because the day it stops working for him, the day you stop and say, wait a minute, is this really what I want? That's the day trouble. That's the day yawa gas. That's the day there will be trouble. So being with this person is not the easiest thing to do. So this can be very draining, and this can be potentially dangerous for you and for everybody around you. So for me, these are the 5 types of men that are really dangerous and really not so healthy to be around or to be in a relationship with, especially being in a relationship with. So if there are other ones that I missed that I did not include in this list, please do well to comment in the comment section and let me know the type of men that you feel like everybody out there should avoid, not just women in relationships, but also friendships as well. These are the type of people that you should, not really be around. And these are the type of people that you should try not to be. Nobody's perfect, or at least, but knowing your flaws and, being determined to do better will go a long way in giving all of us a very good, fulfilled, and happy life. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the 5 types of women you need to avoid. These are women that take more than they give. These are the women that if you're in a relationship with them, it's not always healthy and it can be draining for you. So the first one on my list is the entitled woman. You can never win with an entitled woman, right? Like, it doesn't, your efforts don't matter. This woman believes that she's your responsibility. You have to take care of her. It's not even about she being your responsibility on you or you having to take care of her. It's the fact that nothing you give, nothing you bring is ever enough. This person does not know what it means to show appreciation. She never appreciates anything. It doesn't matter the effort, the troubles you had to go through to get those things. There's always something better. You buy her a dress, she's like, didn't you see this one? That you buy her a shoe, there's a better one. So whatever it is that you give to her, nothing would ever be enough, and she feels entitled to have more, and she belittles you for the ones that you do provide. So for me, I feel like this is a very toxic woman to be around, because as a man, you would feel that need to provide, you will feel that need to give. And if you're giving somebody that does not know how to be appreciative or what it means to be given, it's not healthy. So that's number one on my list. An entitled woman can be very draining to be with. The second one is the manipulative woman. See, a manipulative, you know when your mother said, be wary of women, the manipulative was silent. A manipulative woman would make you feel like her ideas are your ideas. She'll basically be the one running your life, but you will not know that she's the one running your life. She never raises her voice. She never asks you to do anything. This person is a professional gaslighter. She knows how to get you, where to get you, when to get you. Like, she takes her time to study you like a book, and she manipulates you into doing things that you would not normally do. And the worst part is you don't know that you're being manipulated. Most times men rely so much on their strength, their physical strength. A manipulative woman knows that she's not your match physically, so she doesn't come physically to you. She comes from backyard. She knows how to enter and come out. So she knows when to get you and be able to, impose her opinion or her whatever without you knowing that that's what's happening. So manipulative women can be very dangerous, very dangerous. She doesn't necessarily love you. She might just be with you because she knows that she can use you to get her way. So manipulative women, and manipulation can come in different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be you doing something. Somebody that tones you down, makes you try to make you a different version of yourself, makes you feel like you're too much or you're less, or that makes you feel like you're at their mercy. If you're with somebody that makes you feel like you're at their mercy, like they have to give that, there's no middle ground with this person, and there's a very high chance that you're being manipulated. So number 3, the victim. Now, the victim is a woman that has zero maturity, sorry to say. But with the victim, you can't have a grown-up communication or conversation with this person, especially when there is a problem that you're trying to solve. This is the person that always runs from having the real conversation, from having the grown-up conversation, from having the face reality conversation. When things happen, this person would play the victim all the time. They are never wrong. They can never acknowledge the part that they played in a misunderstanding or argument or fight. They would never own up to their own, take responsibility for anything. She's always the victim. The whole world is always against her. When things get real and she starts crying, or she starts gaslighting, or she basically never takes responsibility for anything. For me, I feel like this is a very difficult person to be with. Personally, I feel like it's very difficult because being with somebody that is always the victim, and most times for you to move forward, you just have to accept that, accept responsibility even for the things that you're not responsible for. That can be very draining on the person that they're with. So if you're with somebody that is always, using her, oh, I'm weak, I'm a woman, I'm weak, so I'll call it manipulation. Oh, I'm the victim. Oh, you did this, you did wrong, you did this, you did that, you did. What about you? What did you do? Oh, I'm only like this because you did this. That's a victim. That's somebody that is always the victim. Always the victim. Always. I feel like for a man, this can be very draining to be with somebody like this. Somebody that never takes responsibility, never feels the need to grow, never feels the need to do better, never feels the need. Whenever you bring up, even things that would move you forward, they start blaming you. they blame you for everything, even for the things that they do, they blame you. I feel like that's the first one on my list is chop and go. So basically, what this one means is the person that never wants to build with you. This person knows there's no long run at the long run with this person because they know they're not planning to stay with you for. So they basically are trying to get what they can get right now and move on to the next. So chop and go. This is if you're somebody, if you're a guy, you're out there and you know you have limited means. Don't bother yourself with a chop and go person. They will suck you dry and discard you like empty bottle of Coke. Telling you the truth, if you're out there, you know you have limited resources, you're still trying to build your life, you're still trying to bring things together, make your life make sense to you, you have potentials, you're starting a business, stay away from chop and go girls. Chop and go girls can be very beautiful, they can be very appealing to the eyes because they say good soup na money do it, and money maker, right? And you guys can be very what I see, right? So if you know they have limited means, you don't really have it. I mean, not all the time. It's not all the chop and go girls that are very beautiful. Most of them, they're not beautiful, but they're high maintenance, right? So if you run into this type of person and you know you can't keep up, she's not trying to build with you. She's not saying, okay, you have 100,000. Oh, you need to go to the market and buy goods. Oh, okay, buy goods. No, you have 100,000. You need to find 20,000 and put on top. Oh, I need to go and make my hair. Chop and go. So this person is with you for a limited time frame. So for that limited time frame, she needs to make sure that she's well taken care of until it's time for the next person. So these are another type of woman that I feel like they will take more from you than they give, and they often leave you at the time when you need them the most. So you people, so you will not come out and start shouting, women did this, women did that. Protect yourself. You see chop and go coming from this side, follow the other side. Okay, the last one is this one is big. The last one is the disrespectful, disloyal, prone to violence woman. Yes. Now, if you're with a woman that has no respect for you, see, she doesn't necessarily have to love you. Let's leave love now. But you see, respect, mutual respect that you would give her and she would give it back to you. But with a woman that has no respect for you, you have no business being there. Respect goes a long way, especially if it's somebody that you're planning a future with, you're going to have a family with. If your wife does not respect you, there's no way your children will respect you. To take more to be able to gain the respect of your children if they have a mother that does not respect you. And you respect yourself, but today is for the women. So being with a disrespectful woman can be very draining because she has no boundaries. She has no sense of, okay, we're outside or we're inside. She can say words that will break you. And you know, you men, you might not always show it, but words really get to you, especially when it's coming from somebody you love and somebody you care about. So save yourself the trouble and stay away from a woman that is disrespectful, that does not know what respect is. Now, disloyal. If a woman is not loyal, you have no business being with that kind of woman. Loyalty is something that lots of good, healthy relationships are built on, right? Both on the two parts needs to be able to be loyal. Be loyal. Somebody that you can beat your chest and say, if she's going out, you say, yeah, let her go out. She goes somewhere and she cannot come back that same day. You lie down in your bed and sleep peacefully because you know that she's loyal. If you guys walk into a room where there are lots of, men and people are throwing attentions and stuff, you're relaxed because you know that you're with somebody that is loyal. It's not when somebody look at her in the market, you start panicking because you know that it's not going to take much. It's not going to take much, and then story that thought will start coming out. So being with a disloyal person can be breaking for a man. Like it can break you as a man. So if you're with somebody that you can't really account for the way they're going and the way they're coming. Now, prone to violence is a person that you cannot have a normal conversation with. You do something they don't like, or something goes wrong, or even something doesn't necessarily have to go wrong. She's in a bad mood. You walk into the room, you ask a question, and she throws her phone at you. When she's angry, she starts breaking things. She starts destroying things. A woman that when you guys have an argument, she'll hold your trousers and say, beat me, beat me. So being with somebody that is prone to violence would bring out the worst in you as a man. To just bring out the worst in you. You see yourself doing things that you will not do on a normal day. If you break TV, you feel the need to break the fridge. So it's crazy, right? It's crazy. I'm not condemning toxic people or anything, because a lot of people are toxic without knowing it. And a lot of people are not toxic, but they have toxic traits. So, and these are the things that if you're able to identify in yourself and start working on it, you have a better life. That's just the truth. So it's not condemnation. It's basically the things that as a man you need to look out for, depending on the kind of person you are. If you feel like this person is like this, but they also have some other good qualities, and I feel like I can work on this, or if they know this, they'll do better, by all means, right? But these are the types of women that I feel like it can be draining to be with them. They take more than they give most times, especially the ones that don't want to learn, don't want to grow, don't want to be better. So for me, these are the types of women I feel like you should avoid if you don't want trouble, if you don't want wahala. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the red subscribe button, turn on notifications so you know when I drop new videos. I drop videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And give this video a like and share it with your friends, your family, everybody you feel like they should see it. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.